Hello and welcome to Taffy Crafting. Just thought I'd do a quick video before I go to work this morning. I've been mucking about with boxes. I'm usually mucking about with boxes, and what I've got here is my take on some stacking boxes. And I had found an origami YouTube channel which I really love, and I just try and make as much as I can from this particular channel. If you've seen my origami dresses, that's where that came from. So this channel is called Venturo Art, and there's no dialogue on it, and you watch one of these videos, you have to kind of sit and work it out, and that's what I did with this box. And then I realised actually that depending on the size of the template that you're going to make, you can make a box in any size you like as long as you've got the paper big enough. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these boxes, and all I've done is just put one box on top of the other and then joined it all together with ribbon. It's not a very big box, so you can't get a great deal in there, but you could put a nice treat in there, or maybe a small little jewellery box, something like that if you've perhaps bought earrings. I've got some Christmas paper here, but you don't have to use Christmas paper, you could use any sort of paper, and I just think it's nice if you just finish it off with a nice piece of ribbon. So what I've done is prepared a sheet of paper already, and I put the template on there, and then I realised that actually you couldn't see the template on it, so I'm actually going to show you how to put it together with a blank sheet of paper. But first I want to show you the paper that I'm going to make my box out of, and this comes from the Merry Little Christmas designer series paper, and we've got these lovely green colours and black. We've got some gingham, more black. We've got some green stripes, more gingham. We've got some Christmas trees. That's backed with some stripes that make my eyes go funny. And I just think that's a lovely range, and even though it's called Merry Little Christmas, I'd use that all year round. I don't know if that's supposed to be mistletoe or something, but I like that. I would use that all year round. And that gingham. So I'm going to use this, and what I'm going to do, I've already put my template on here, but I was doing a video just now, I thought you can't see that. So I'm going to show you on a blank sheet of paper how you would do this. So what I've done to start off with is I have drawn around a CD. It's a very old CD, now 57. Anyway, so I've drawn around that CD, and then I've got two lines that go through the centre of that circle. And this line here is equal distance to the edge of that paper there, and that line there is equal distance to that top there, and that's important that that you do that. So once you've got to that point, you're then going to take your circle. So it doesn't have to be a CD. I made a bigger one using a bowl. So what I'm going to do is I take my circle and I line that up to there so that the edge of my circle meets that edge and the edge there, and it just lines up, and you're going to draw a circle like that, and you're going to do that to each of the four sections in that circle. So we've got that, and then we're going to go back to this first circle that we did, and I'm actually going to draw that circle all the way around, and then I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm just going to put a hole in the centre. You would be more accurate with that, you would make sure that you've got the centre, and what I've done is I've actually made a template for my bigger circle that's got the centre marked, and it's got two lines on there. So I'm just going to take that and draw a line through that way. You can see that that meets there, goes all the way down through the centre. I'm going to take the bottom of that circle there and then draw that line along there, and then I'm going to continue with my arcs. And this is what you would do on your on the paper that you're going to make the box out of. So if you've got a very dark colour on the back of your paper, it's not going to work. You're not going to see it. So you've got to be a bit choosy in what you're doing. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're actually going to score these lines here. It's going to work better on card. It doesn't matter what you score it with. I'm using my bone folder. But you would then go back to your circle and then you would score all of those lines like that, because what that's going to do is enable us to fold this box. And you're just going to score all of those lines. And then you're going to cut out all the way around here. And what you'll be left with is then just the two, you'll be left with one shape. And I'll show you that in a second. So with the magic of YouTube, here's one I made earlier. So I've got, I don't know if you can see that on there, we might be able to. I've got all of my lines and I've scored all of those. And when you score those, just mind the surface underneath you. So you might want to put something underneath it, like an old book or a magazine or something like that. And I just took my template and I got my bone folder and I just scored around those lines like that. So when we get to this point, what we need to do is to start very carefully bending these fold lines. Now what you've got to watch out for is this is a really weak point here. So as you start to fold, you run the risk of that tearing. Believe me, it tears. I've torn loads of them. So you've got to be really careful when you're at this point here. And you just need to very carefully just bend those in on that score line. Oh, I've not cut that out properly. Look at that. Just quickly finish that off. There we go. You're just going to very carefully fold those in. When I first made this, I thought it's not folding, it's not working, it's all gone wrong. But you just need to be patient with it. Don't rush it. It does not want to be rushed. And ever so suddenly, this will come together. You'll see in a moment. And you just have to coax these round. And try not to bend it anywhere else. I think what I want to do is actually score that one again. It's not folding. You couldn't do this with, I don't think it will work that well with paper, because I think what you'll do is just weaken the paper as you're scoring it. You need something that's got a little bit of substance to it. And even though this is, I'm just going to move my camera, and even though this is called designer series paper, it isn't paper really, it's like thin card, and so it does hold its shape. So once you have just coaxed those score lines in to fold them, what you're then going to do, get hold of it like that, and you're just kind of going to put it all together. It will get there. Difficult bit is getting it in your hand. So you just need to fold that in there, fold that through there, and it just, if you've got the right folds going on, it's just one of those things that just eventually gets together. Of course, it's not going to do it on this video, is it? That does not want to fold there. There we go. It's got there. You just need to persuade it. And because it's card, you can be quite firm with it. And all you're going to do is just coax those fold lines round, and it does eventually get there. So you've got a box there. You could get quite a lot in there. You could put some nice treats in there. You might be able to put perhaps a small jewellery box or something in there. I'm going to close that up like that, and then it can just be held together with ribbon. So I've got some twine here because I put my ribbons away after I was crafting last night. So now you're going to watch me battle with this twine, getting it all the way around. So I've put it over the top like that. I'm just going to cross it at the bottom and flip it round. I can't believe that worked first time. Tie a bow. I'm rubbish at tying bows. I always feel more pressure trying to tie a bow when I'm on a video. Teeny tiniest of bows, but there we are. Let's get rid of that. And there we have a cute little box. And once you've made a couple of these, you start to get into the swing of it, and you actually get to make them a lot quicker. So start off with your template and put some lines in it so that you can make sure that it sits square on the page. Put all your score lines in and then encourage it to fold up. Now, what I then did is then make a smaller one. So that one was made with using my bowl as a template. I then made a smaller one, so that's the smaller one on top, using my very dated CD. And I just put one on top of the other to come up with that. So I hope you can follow that, and I hope you like it. I will leave all the links to the products that I've used in the description bar below. And thank you very much for joining me. If you want to see more videos, please hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot more coming up using some Christmas projects, and Stampin' Up also have some really exciting new products coming up soon, and I'm really looking forward to showing you those. So hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on some of the projects I'm going to have coming up very shortly. Thank you very much. Bye bye.